Hello, my friends. Welcome back to the Grace-Filled Leader podcast. Today we are continuing our conversation around Enneagram Type 6, the loyal guardian. If you've ever found yourself preparing for every possible what if, or if you feel a strong pull to protect and support others, this might be your type. And even if you're not a Type 6, understanding their gifts and challenges can help you connect more deeply with these steadfast, loyal people in your life, or maybe those you lead who might be Type 6s. Type 6s are often the glue that hold families together, teams together, and communities together, but their internal world can be a whirlwind of what ifs and second guessing. And today we're going to explore what drives them, how their wings and their subtypes shape their lives, and how God can use their deep loyalty and cautious wisdom for His glory.
Welcome to the Grace-Filled Leader podcast. Do you want better work-life balance? Do you get stuck in patterns of perfectionism and people-pleasing? Have you always been an overachiever but never really felt good enough, no matter how much outward success you achieve? Do you want more time for the things that matter most? Well, you are in the right place. Here on the Grace-Filled Leader podcast, we focus on spirit-driven success and share the secrets to having better work-life balance as a busy woman in leadership. Here you will learn how to set boundaries like a boss, find peace of mind, and reclaim your time for the things that matter most. Hi, I'm Tanya, a wife, mom, leader, and certified Christian life coach. For most of my life, I tried to find worthiness through achievement. I spent decades people-pleasing and pouring myself into my work. I was looking for my value through the approval of others. This led me to feel burned out, empty, and exhausted. I had no time or energy for myself or my family. I realized that I was wasting time and energy looking for validation in all the wrong places. But my life changed when I finally surrendered and God showed me a different way. It is my mission to help you start living the abundant life God has for you. If you're ready to become fueled by grace and find freedom from people-pleasing, if you're ready to multiply your time and impact as a Christian woman in leadership, this podcast is for you. Roll up your sleeves, sister friends. It's time to get after it.
Let's first review some of the key characteristics of the Enneagram Type 6. Type 6s are loyal, responsible, and deeply committed to their people and their causes. They are naturally alert to potential dangers, making them excellent planners and problem solvers. They're often driven by a need for security, both emotionally and physically, and they're known for their ability to anticipate challenges and prepare for the worst. Their core motivation is a desire for safety, support, and certainty. They long for reassurance and to know that they are protected. Their core fear is the fear of being abandoned, unsupported, or left to face danger alone. Their core weakness or vice is anxiety. They can become consumed by worst-case scenarios, leading to overthinking and analysis paralysis. On the other hand, their core virtue can be courage. When healthy, Type 6s trust God's provision and boldly face challenges, bringing calm and wisdom to those around them. At their best, Type 6s are the rock others can lean on, reminding us that God is our ultimate source of safety and strength. Now, we're going to explore the wings and the subtypes of Enneagram 6. Remember, wings are the numbers on either side of a type. So we have Type 6 wing 5s and we have Type 6 wing 7s. 6 wing 5s are known as the defender. They lean on the investigative, logical qualities of a Type 5 and are analytical and highly prepared. They tend to be more reserved and independent, relying on research and knowledge to calm their fears, and they might over-isolate and struggle with trusting others. Then we have the 6 wing 7s, also known as the buddy. 6 wing 7 balance loyalty with the adventurous, optimistic energy of a type 7. These 6s are more outgoing, fun-loving, and eager to build community. The challenges they face are that they may suppress their fears with busyness or distractions, avoiding deeper emotional work. A relatable example is, let's think about Rebecca, who is a 6-wing 5 who works as a risk analyst. She thrives on gathering information and creating contingency plans, but she often wrestles with trusting her team's judgment. Then there's Lisa, a 6-wing 7, who lights up every room she enters. She's the life of the party, but sometimes avoids her worries by overcommitting to social events. Now let's move on to the subtypes of Enneagram 6. Remember, each type has 3 subtypes: the self-preservationist, the social type subtype, and the one-to-one subtype. The self-preservation 6, often called the cautious guardian, focuses on physical safety, financial security, and preparedness. They are practical, grounded, and resilient, but they may struggle with fear-driven decision-making. The social type 6, or dutiful loyalist, is devoted to group dynamics and a sense of belonging. They are highly responsible and cooperative, but they may become overly dependent on others' opinions. And the one-to-one type 6 is the intense loyalist. They are focused on close relationships and personal bonds. They're passionate and deeply protective of loved ones, but they may become overly dependent or mistrustful. Consider Sarah, a self-preservation 6, who carefully saves for the future and has an emergency kit for every situation. Meanwhile, Emma, a social type 6, thrives on being part of her church's leadership team, but sometimes struggles to assert her own ideas. And finally, we have Megan, a one-to-one 6 who pours everything into her closest relationships, but she can feel drained if she doesn't set healthy boundaries. So, how do type 6s show up in the world and in leadership? Well, their strengths are that they are excellent troubleshooters, offering foresight and practical solutions. They're deeply loyal, creating trust and stability in their relationships and teams, and they are courageous when they lean into faith, inspiring others to persevere through challenges. Some of their challenges are that they may overthink and slow down decision-making, or this overthinking can lead to burnout. They struggle with self-doubt, often needing reassurance from others, and they can become overly controlling in their quest for safety and security. Let's talk about some examples in leadership. Anna, a type 6 and a director of operations, is the first to spot potential risks in a project and develop a plan to address them. Her team trusts her foresight, but she's learning to trust her instincts and not seek constant validation for her decisions. As she leans on God's guidance and her own abilities, she's growing into a more confident and balanced leader. Some key takeaways for type 6s and those who love them. If you are a type 6, anchor yourself in God's promises. Meditate on verses like Psalm 46 verse 1. God is our refuge and strength, and ever-present help in trouble. Challenge fear-driven thoughts by asking, is this true, or am I assuming the worst? And finally, build rhythms of rest and reflection to combat your overthinking. Now, if you aren't a 6, but you're in a relationship of some kind with a 6, offer steady encouragement and affirm their reliability. Be patient when they express concerns and avoid dismissing their fears, and help them see the bigger picture when they get caught up in details. Some things to consider if you're a type 6. Where are you seeking security outside of God? What steps can you take to embrace courage instead of fear this week? Maybe take a moment to reflect on a time when you trusted God despite uncertainty, Write it down and remind yourself of His faithfulness. As we wrap up, remember this. Type 6s, your loyalty and courage are a beautiful reflection of God's steadfast love. When you anchor yourself in His promises, you have the strength to face anything that comes your way. Until next time, my friends, keep living and leading with faith and courage, and as always, I pray that the Lord fills you with gratitude, peace, and His amazing grace.
I pray this episode blessed you, spoke to you, or encouraged you in some way. If so, please share it with a friend and head on over to Apple Podcasts to leave me a review. That's the only way for me to know if you're enjoying the show. Nothing blesses me more than to hear from you. Also, come on over to our free Facebook community. This is a great place for us to support one another on our faith and leadership journeys. You can find the link to the group in the show notes or go to gracefilledleader.com/community. If you have questions or content ideas for the show, please send me a message on SpeakPipe or via email. Go to gracefilledleader.com/contact and leave a written or voice recorded message. I would love to know how I can best serve you on the podcast. Now to Him who can do immeasurably more than we can ask or imagine, according to His power that is at work within us. Ephesians 3, verse 20. Until next time, my friends, God bless.